Welcome along, guys. John's my name. So I don't know if you've ever had tight hips, yeah? Maybe walking, cycling, martial arts, gym work, with heavy squats and deadlifts and things like that. They get tight, right? And it's hard, it's uncomfortable, and of course you waste a lot of energy with tight hips just moving, just walking, yeah? So today I thought we'd have a bit of an easy follow along hip opener type class, give you a little bit more mobility in the hips. It'll be pretty easy, yeah? But take it easy too, yeah? So let's start. And I think we'll start from a standing position and hands to your hips and just move them a little bit, yeah? And breathe. And just be aware of everything in your room so that, you don't, if you extend your leg, you're not going to knock over a vase or something like that. And the other way. And just breathe. And take your legs a little wider and draw the heels in and cup your hands and breathe in. And on the outward breath, come down for a squat, pressing the knees towards the toes, breathing in, sinking into the hips and the knees and the ankles. Big breaths in and out. And then you come down and you just take your legs maybe a little bit wider. If it's too tight for your hips, you just bring them in, yeah? You've got to keep comfortable in these poses. And you're just moving very gently like this, very gently. And you come down and you walk back into a bit of a downward dog and press your heels away. Take your feet a little bit wider, walk your hands back and come into a squat. Now a lot of people cannot squat on the flats of their feet, yeah? That's okay, you'll be up on the balls of the feet, depending, because we don't go to the toilet like this in the West, right? But in other countries it's really easy, yeah? So you've got your hands, perhaps your elbows on the inside of the knees, and you're trying to tuck your tailbone and lift your chest and lengthen through the spine. And you're just stretching. Good. You relax and you bring your chin to the chest and you just round the spine and stretch the spine. Of course, everything's connected, so it can't be just all hips, yeah? And then you come down. You come down. Now, if you're really tight in the hips, you might want to have a pillow. I've got a yoga block because I'm filming this in a friend's yoga studio, yeah? You just take one heel in, right? And you stretch this leg out and your toes drawn back and pointed to the ceiling, right? And you just play with this. I mean, if it's okay, you can press it away. But for some people, that's a bit hard, yeah? It works as glute medius, yeah? All right? Then you take your left hand to the outside of the thigh or the knee or the shin. You just lift your chest and lengthen through the spine, and perhaps your leg, your bent knee is up and you're just pressing it, and then you just twist the spine and relax, yeah? Then we'll do it on the other side. Now, while we're doing this practice, you should be just breathing nice and rhythmically through your nose, right? Left leg. Right leg in, right? Again, you can use the cushion or the block, and you might be tight in the knee, yeah? And like what I injured my leg, centuries ago, like 40 years ago. So it's still a little bit tight, so I always take this opportunity to massage all those tendons and those tight spots there. So you're pressing away, or you've got something there to block it up, right? Toes are drawn back to turn the hamstrings on. And the right hand comes to the outside of the leg somewhere. You lift your chest and you just breathe and twist, trying to work the center line of your body over the leg. Good. And you relax. And you take your feet wide, and you get your butt up there, and you just move your head from side to side. It's got nothing to do with your hips here really, but it feels good, yeah? Just breathing, yeah? Then you look right over the right shoulder and you lower the right knee towards the left foot. And you relax, and you breathe in, you look over the left shoulder, and lower the left knee, right? And if, you get down to a certain point and it's like, oh, it's all tight, it's sore, that's where you go. You don't even go that far. You pull up before it gets sore, right? And you relax. And you just kind of flop forward, and you bring your chin down to the chest, and you're just stretching the lower back and just feeling things here, all right? And you bring your feet together. And you have the heels about a foot, 30 centimeters from the base of the spine, the perineum, your groin, and you just lift your chest, and you're pressing the knees away. It's all very gentle, it's all very controlled, yeah? And you're leading with your chest. You're trying to keep your chest lifted and your head lifted, because if you drop your head, your spine will round, and we don't want that just yet. And you're just feeling, and maybe you're using your forearms, elbows to press the knees apart. You're just coming down, stretching. Then you can take your elbows on the outside of the shins, and then you bring your head towards or onto the feet and your chin right down. And you relax. And then you come down onto your side and rest your head in your right hand. Now, bend the bottom knee, right, and straighten the left leg back up, right, and draw the toes back. And you can have your hand on your hip or on the floor, wherever, right? You breathe in, you take the foot forward, leg forward, you breathe out, you come back. And when you come back, what do you feel? Well, if you reach back there, you'll feel that the upper quadrant of your buttock will tighten up. That's glute medius, yeah? That's sort of the hip, right? The hip is a lot of stuff, yeah? Just breathing in. You can do this standing, yeah? You see footballers, soccer players, rugby players, they do this standing with their, you can do it leaning on a pole or on a friend's shoulder, right? But this is nice. And then you reach back and you just wrap the sole of the foot around and maybe draw the heel in. You relax, you straighten that leg up, you breathe in, up, and you don't have to hurt yourself, right? I'm not asking you to, look like a performer, a wonderful dancer. I mean, it'd be beautiful to have all of that sort of freedom of movement, but we're just trying to feel more comfortable in our body, yeah? Then this hand comes down and you start to rotate the leg, and of course by doing this, you're working that joint, and then the other way. Good, and then forward and back, just to finish off. And then we turn over, and we're on our back, and our knees are bent. And we're just relaxing here, just relaxing. You breathe in, your hands interlace, and you just lift your buttocks, and you might feel a little bit of tightness in the lower backs and hips and everything. They all go kind of hand in hand, and you're just up there. You might kind of like twirl it around a bit, just feel it. Good. And you come down, and you cross your shins, and you bring your knees up to your chest. You just roll around, massaging the lower back, and the other way. And then you take your arms forward, right? You place your chin on your chest. You just lift your feet and you just sort of roll. You're trying to massage the spinal column. You can wrap your hands around your shins. And you come up. And you place your right shin in front of the left. And you try and cross the shins not too close to the ankles. If you pretend my forearms are my shins, you have them about midway, right? And you have them about the same width as your mat, right? And you draw the toes back, right? And there's about 2/3 of a hand's length behind the back of the left calf and your pubic bone, right? And you come forward and you just use your hands to separate the cheeks of the buttocks, and your fingers are on the floor and your chest is drawn back and your head is drawn back, and so are your toes. Nice big breath. You come forward. And you're just feeling it. You're just stretching. Maybe you feel it wherever. Many places you could be feeling it. But don't feel it too acutely, right? And you relax. You take the right leg out, you draw the heel in, and you just simply lay this arm down the leg, right? Just stretching all this area here, right? Stretching the hamstrings and the adductor muscles on the inside. If you're a bit softer, a bit more open, down there, you can place the elbow on the inside of the knee, but that's pretty hard. You can grab the foot and you start to work the shoulder back. And then you take that arm up. And you breathe in, you just reach over, and then this full stretch through the flank. And you come back. And you bring your fingers behind you, and this time you press your buttocks, perineum, up towards the heels, and you come up off your fists or your fingers, and you're just gently bouncing there, just gently pressing the heels together, drawing the toes back, just stretching and relaxing. Then the left shin, it crosses in front of the right. And again, you've got 2/3 of a hand's length behind the back of the right calf and the pubic bone. Toes are drawn back, soles of the feet are parallel to the long or short ends of the mat, just depending on how you're set up, right? And again, hands behind. This time, lace the fingers and draw the shoulders back. And just breathe in and just feel it as you come down. It's all supposed to be nice, guys. It's supposed to feel good. You want to treat that yoga mat like a massage table, yeah? It's like, oh, this is good. I like this. Right? Then you can soften the whole thing. Bring your head down, take your arms up. And you relax. You take the left leg out and the heel comes in. And again, you just come down, you're watching your knee, right? Your arm comes down. This might be enough. You might be here, right? You might be down here. The arm comes back, and what I like to do is draw the shoulder back sort of onto the wall that my buttocks are against, and the straight arm comes up, and it's a really nice stretch, and the toes are drawn back and the hamstrings and the adductors are working, and maybe you take it over and just stretching and just feeling, and you relax. You come down and you rest your head in your right hand. You lift the left leg and you come forward and back. This is in fact the side we did already, so we'll try it on the other side. Place your head in your left hand, my apologies. Bend the bottom knee and just work that leg backwards and forwards. Breathing in and out and just feeling it. Yeah, we're not trying to achieve, great artistry. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the artistry of yoga. It's beautiful, right? But that's not our first goal. We're trying to feel comfortable, yeah? And you bend, and you wrap, and you just mold the sole of the foot around the buttock. You relax, straighten that leg up, fingers on the floor, breathe in and up and down and up and down. And then twirl, and the other way. Good. You can straighten that leg out, stack the feet on top of each other, yeah, and rest your head on the floor. Take that right bent knee across and the right shoulder comes over. You just ease your way. This is a nice twist, all right? Left hand comes to the bent knee, right arm comes up, all right? And you're just adjusting according to how you're feeling here, yeah? You can place the sole of the foot on the left knee. You breathe in, you reach out through the right hand, the one above your head, and you just draw that bent knee across and you feel it through the hip, through the glutes, through the buttock on that right exposed hip. And you relax. And you come over and we'll do it on the other side, yeah? So you straighten out your right leg, your left foot comes over, Left arm comes up. You can see it a little bit more clearly now. It's a better camera angle. Right hand to the bent knee. There's no rush. There's no rush. You just breathe in and over you come. I'm just feeling it. Just stretching. Good. You relax. Your knees are bent. You grab the outside of the feet. You draw the knees down towards the armpits, into the armpits. All right. You're just stretching. Good. You come down. Your hands lace. You breathe in. You lift up. You're pushing out through the heels of the hands. Stretching out through the fingertips or the heels of the hands, whatever you like. You come down, you bring your knees to your chest. You rock up to a seated position, and again, you fold forward. I'll turn so you can see. You're just coming forward. The hands, the arms might come underneath, and the chin can come to the chest. And you're just folding forward, bringing your chest down. Then you lift your head and you're stretching. And you're just feeling the whole thing, yeah? Good. Okay. So the next couple of poses might be a little harder. Let's see how you go, right? You fold the left foot in, right? And the right comes across. Now, you might have your foot up here. None of this hip area may be, soft enough to do this. This is all good, right? So you might be like this. It's okay, right? You can get a pillow or a cushion or a block and just make it comfortable, right? Or you can just sit like that. And in the first instance, some people just slide straight into it. It's like nothing. What is he talking about? You've got a body like a piece of wet spaghetti. Yours may be more like the spaghetti before it goes into the water, yeah? It's kind of stiff, yeah? So you've got to be careful. So you try to, depending on your limitations, get your buttocks on the mat, yeah? And then the left arm stiffens up and the right hand comes behind and you breathe in and you come around. Nice twist. You might feel some pressure on that right hip. You relax. Then you cup your hands, lace the fingers around the top of that right knee. Now, what we're going to do is you breathe in and you pull the knee up towards the left shoulder. And as you do that, you press the knee into the hands. And it's an isometric stretch. So you breathe in, pull up and press the knee in, and then you feel that tension running down into that right hip. And you relax. And you come out. And you can either bend your knees or you can take your legs straight. And you might want to have your hands behind you. You don't get too worried about this pose, right? All right. If you like, you can come forward. You can separate the cheeks of the buttocks again. Your hands can be behind the back of the knees, or they can slide down, or you can place the block in front of you or the cushion and come like so. Wherever is comfortable, guys, yeah? Wherever is comfortable. And you're just feeling it, right? Where there's no one to impress. You're at home, right? In front of the TV screen or your laptop or whatever. You're just trying to stretch, and do not bash yourself up because you just can't get your chest on the floor. We're not worried about this. This is not gymnastics, right? Yoga is not gymnastics with incense. Get that out of your mind, yeah? You're just stretching. You're just feeling it, right? You're just stretching. And you come up. And you get your buttocks up there again. You look over your right shoulder. You breathe in. You lower the right knee. If you want to add something to this, the left foot comes up and down. All right? But that might be too hard for your knees or your hips, right? And then we do it on the other side. You breathe in, you look over, you draw your shoulders back. Right foot comes up and down. Up and down. You come back. Right. So now you fold the right foot in and the left comes over. Yeah. And again, the foot might be up here. You might look pretty ugly in this whole pose. So what, right? You get there and you assess everything. Oh, that's a bit sore. I give it a little massage, a bit of a rub. Oh, the calf is kind of like, it's squashy. So you just, you roll it out of the way. And my bum's off the floor. So you try and get comfortable there. And you're just breathing, you're just feeling things, and you think, oh, I'm kidding myself. This is too strong for me. This is not strong enough. So you've got to make a few adjustments, yeah? If it's too strong, get something like a cushion and sit it under your bum, yeah? Right arm stiffens up. Nice big breath in. Left arm comes behind. We breathe in and we turn, and we feel that left hip working, yeah? Stretching all the rubber band stuff, yeah? Making space so you get your mobility and you relax. And then a cupping, all right? We go for that isometric stretch again. We breathe in, we pull the knee in the direction of the right shoulder and press the knee down towards the floor at the same time. Big breath in, pull and push, pull and push, and relax. And relax. That's probably enough. One thing I like to do, I didn't bring it here today, but some of you might be aware, yeah? You can get a tennis ball. Tennis balls aren't good enough, they're a bit soft, right? If you're watching this from America, you know what a lacrosse ball is, right? If you're in Europe, and maybe cricket ball. But what I like to do is you go to sort of massage supply places and they have these spiky balls. They're about the size of a tennis ball and spikes, and they're pretty hard, right? And what I do, right, is I get the spiky ball and I stick it under my buttocks, right? And I just roll around on it and then find the spots, yeah? Or maybe I'm even on the ground and I lift and I place the ball, the spiky ball or the tennis ball. Again, tennis balls are a bit soft, the lacrosse ball there, and I just roll around. I find the sore spot, and then it's like, you ease into it, right? That's very good. And if it's persistently tight and everything feels awful, you maybe go along and you have a skilled chiropractor, osteopath, or some body worker type guy maybe give some adjustment or some massage. All of these things are really important. Soak your body in a bath, soften everything up, keep stretching, keep moving. So I like to always complete my yoga asana practice with a little bit of meditation because, you are the living being residing in that body, yeah? You're not that physical body, and nor are you your thoughts. You are this amazing energy within, and these mantras, they help to nourish and shelter and embrace that living being, and it makes for a different sort of life. So we'll do a very easy mantra, Om, A-U-M, Hari, H-A-R-I, Om. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Hope to be with you at some other stage very shortly. If you have any questions, you can leave a question downstairs, down below, you know what I mean. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.